Hope everyone's having a great summer and getting some good rest. I want to share a thought about Parshat Pinchas with you. As the Jewish people have reached the end of their travels in the desert, Moshe understands he will not be leading these people that he has worked for, that he has served for some time now. He won't be leading them through into the land of Israel. So he goes to God. Vayidaber Moshe el Hashem lemor. Moshe speaks to God, saying, Yifkod Hashem Elokei Aruchot L'chol Basar Ishal Ha'edah. That God, please select a new leader. We need a new leader. I mean, after I'm gone, somebody else has to take this job. And that doesn't seem like an odd request. Doesn't seem like it's presented in a particularly odd fashion. There's something quite striking about the way that the Torah introduces this conversation, which ultimately leads to Yehoshua being selected as the next leader. Read that verse again for you. Vayidaber Moshe el Hashem lemor. Moshe spoke to God, saying. Now you might think, well, what's the big deal? We see that all the time in Torah. Vayidaber Hashem Moshe lemor. God speaks to Moshe, saying, Vayidaber X L Y lemor. It's not an uncommon form. But it is in this case. The Baal HaTurim writes, Ein pasuk achar kazeh b'Torah. There is no other pasuk quite like this one in the Torah. And the reason he says that is because the language of Vayidaber is one of a command. So it makes sense when God goes to Moshe, it says, Moshe, do X, Y, Z, follow these laws. Here are these laws. Daber b'nei Yisrael, speak to the people. Makes sense. That's a command. But Moshe go in front of God and command God to do something? So I think we can learn quite an important lesson here. And Rashi, I think, alludes to this in his comments on this verse. Rashi says that this verse, which is odd, is here to teach us L'odia shvachan shel tzadikim kisheniftarim min ha'olam manichin tzarchan ve'oskim b'tzarchei tzibur. That even at the moments of when we know that our time on this earth is coming to an end, righteous people are thinking about what can I do with my last few days here, my last few months here on this earth? How can I make a difference for the community? And sometimes when we want to make a difference for the community, we even have to go in front of God and say, look, God, I love you. We need to get this done. Otherwise, I'm really nervous. I'm really worried for the future of these people. Maybe there's going to be fighting about who the next leader will be once I go. Then it'll erupt in a civil war. We need to have leadership in place right now. Moshe's vision, he understood this had to be done at this moment. And sometimes when we need to ensure the success of an organization or of our family, or you name the entity, we need to have a little bit of that good chutzpah to say this needs to get done. And Moshe does that, even with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even with God. He says this needs to happen. And we've all invested time in something, in our families, in our community, in our organizations, in our businesses. If we want to ensure their long-term success, when we pass that mantle of leadership over to someone else, to the next generation, we need a little bit of that chutzpah to say, here's what needs to happen before that transition can occur. May we all succeed in our journeys of trying to pass on our leadership roles to the next generation, but to ensure their success, we need a little chutzpah to make sure it gets done. Shabbat Shalom.